Hey everyone, Robisnow here with another track review for Liftoff. This one again is from the workshop and it is on the Hanover map. So if you want to find this, search for Hanover or the most recent tracks, definitely, because that's where it currently is. Do not search for Going For It, or I Hope It's Alright. That is what it was called. It's now called Tight Rippin with Redstick, so there'll be a link in the description below. But he's named it Tight aptly because it is tight. You'll see what I mean. I downloaded it mainly because I'd seen RedstickRIP in the public lobbies and I joined some of his public maps, as it were, or races, and I'd been so when I saw his name I was like, yeah, let's give this a go. And you can see already it's definitely not a track to be, you can't take this lightly. It's tough. I quite like it because it is forcing me to learn and react and be quicker, and I'm still terrible at certain things, and it's kind of luck if I make it through without crashing, let's face it, because I am not that good. I really like this map. It's very clear on where you have to go. It's also pushing me, so I as I said, I like that, because I can't do this without lining up first. Oh, taking some damage. But I like that it's using this sort of up and down, like the features of the map, to change the elevation of what you're flying up and down over. That was more luck than anything. I like that these little blue barriers force you to have to raise the height a little bit. That wasn't in there when I first played this map. That's an update. And I do think, I say this on a lot of the maps, that I find it difficult to know where I'm going. This one is probably the clearest, mostly because it's all tight, and the checkpoints are not very hard to find, but also because the way it's been laid out with the arrows, the blue barriers and so on, it does make it pretty clear. This is probably the only turn that you can't tell where you're going until you've gone past it. Scary, but you can see what I mean. It's one, if you're comfortable with flying, you can do all your turns and you can turn on a dime, as it were, then it's definitely one for you. I'm quite pleased with that. I finished it a few times now. That wasn't too bad a time for me. I have done one faster, but definitely one to practice once you're more familiar with turning your drone. One thing I have noticed and changed, if you're eagle-eyed and you've watched loads of my videos, is I've actually changed the drone I'm using now to match more like the drone I use in real life. The drone I use in real life, I don't know if you're going to see this, is this little bad boy. It's not particularly great and it looks nothing like the one on there, but the way it feels when I'm flying in real life, all the drones I've used so far in Liftoff have been really punchy, really fast, and just the control has been too pinpoint, as it were. Like my drone, when I'm flying, it does feel like when I punch it, it lifts up, but it's nowhere near as fast as the ones as in the simulator. So what I've done is I've just modified this to kind of feel more like, so I've changed the props, the motors, the battery, to give me more of a sense of what that drone feels like. So this now shoots up a lot slower compared to the one I was using, and I think that's helped me with this map especially, because I'm less twitchy, and it's just everything's a bit slower and easier in terms of input. So once I get better, I might switch it back up. But if you're learning, that is a tip I would use. Do not go for the most powerful drone you can find in here. Get something that's a bit slower, because it will get you used to your turns. You'll be smoother, you won't be like flipping out any point, and so that's something I've learned, is to try and slow it all down. But yeah, I really like that map, so props to the RedstickRIP for making that one. And yeah, if you're comfortable with it, definitely give it a go. If you're not, give it a go, but do not stress over it. That is a tough one to do. Alright, take care guys.